Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News 9 Live. Shifting our focus to the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, where tensions have certainly soared. The Israeli police attacked worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, raising tensions in the region and inviting international condemnation, especially from the Arab world. The Palestinian Red Crescent confirmed that several worshippers did come for treatment due to injuries suffered at the clash site. The Israeli police, they say they were forced to enter the mosque complex after masked agitators hid themselves with explosives and sticks. We'll take you across to all the visual feed that we have at the moment. The Israel police, they also detained a man planning Passover sacrifice at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Analysis is being done at the moment, talking about why does Israel's Ben-Gvir want a national guard in the first place. The Israeli forces also killed 2 Palestinians in the Nablus raid. Now, the Palestinian Red Crescent reported injuries but did not elaborate on how many people were hurt. The Israeli police fired stun grenades and arrested worshippers from inside the mosque, drawing condemnation from the Palestinians. And it's also not something new that the Al-Aqsa compound is a major flashpoint in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The witnesses said that the Israeli forces used excessive force, firing stun grenades and tear gas, causing suffocation injuries to the worshippers. An elderly woman was quoted saying earlier that she was sitting on a chair reciting the Quran when they hurled stun grenades and one of them hit her chest. Meanwhile, the Israeli police that carried out various kinds of flag marches in the area later on as well said in a statement that they were forced to enter the compound after masked agitators locked themselves inside the mosque with fireworks, sticks and stones. The statement later added that when the police entered, stones were thrown at the police and fireworks were fired from inside the mosque by a large group of agitators. Tensions have already been high in occupied East Jerusalem and the West Bank area for the past several months. There are fears of further violence as important religious festivals, the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan and the Jewish Passover, will converge. And that's the situation at the moment in Jerusalem. Israeli forces versus the Palestinians. Even as Palestinians, many of them innocent, pray at these mosques because it is the month of Ramadan. Security forces continue to take positions around mosques. This time around, the attack happened because, according to the statement, there were masked agitators who were bunking inside the mosque with firepower with them. These are visuals from that attack from inside the mosque. The Israeli police said that as soon as the police forces entered, stones were thrown at them and fireworks were fired from inside the mosque, those visuals that we just saw. A lot of people detained, and witnesses say that the Israeli forces used excessive force. Now, a spokesperson for the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said that we warn the occupation against crossing red lines at holy sites, which might lead to a big explosion. Let's not forget that the East Jerusalem area, the West Bank area, the tensions in these areas pertaining to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict have been soaring high for the past several months. The recent raids at West Bank, even in terms of political unrest in Israel as well. The Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is also facing protests over a legal and judicial overhaul that he is planning. Meanwhile, Jordan, which acts as a custodian of Jerusalem's Christian and Muslim holy sites under a status quo arrangement which is in place since the 1967, condemned Israel's flagrant storming of the mosque compound. Many have also called it as an unprecedented crime. These confrontations at Al-Aqsa, which is actually the third holiest shrine in Islam, that is what people consider, and the most sacred site in Judaism, in which it is referred to as the Temple Mount. They have sparked deadly cross-border wars between Israel and Gaza's Hamas in the past as well. The last one was in 2021. Hamas has come out quickly to condemn the latest raid. It has called it an unprecedented crime and called on Palestinians in the West Bank to go en masse to the Al-Aqsa Mosque to defend it. Now, even as dozens of demonstrators took to the streets overnight, burning tires in Gaza, these are visuals on your screens where a funeral is taking place.
Two police officers at Temple Mount, positioned at the place, went to inspect him. During the inspection, the suspect stole the personal weapon of one of the policemen and even fired at the policeman. The policeman fiercely fought and managed to neutralize the attacker. The officers were not harmed. The event was handled quickly and efficiently.
So that's the word from the police officer, and that's the funeral that is taking place. The gun was allegedly stolen from the police officer, and later the police forces were swift to neutralize the man. Well, Palestinian supporters say that we swear to defend and protect the Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's important to see why Al-Aqsa Mosque compound is so significant as well. Meanwhile, Palestinians remain worried about the far-right Israeli movements that want to demolish the Islamic structures in the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound and build a Jewish temple in their place. Let's not forget the Jewish Passover and the Islam Ramadan is going to converge in just a couple of more days to come. Well, some are calling it an unprecedented crime. The Israeli police and the forces stand really firm on their ground and statement, which is that we were forced to go in and carry out that raid because masked agitators were inside with explosives and firepower with them. We'll continue to probe the developments coming out of Israel, East Jerusalem, and West Bank as well. Tensions are certainly soaring high. What next for this Israel-Palestinian conflict? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Many thanks for watching this episode. Stay tuned for more content on News9 Live.